Hello everyone, I am AngryBird. So let's have a look at our first game. I am playing on the bottom of the screen, so I'm going to orientate in this direction. I know it's not normally seen for cast, but this is a 1v1, you know, I'm trying to focus on my 1v1 game, so I'm going to look from my perspective. Okay, so we are playing Karate Knight, and we are the 2-yard tank corps, and Karate Knight is playing the 15th Scots Infantry. So, division from my own country, from the United Kingdom. So I'm not going to focus too much on the micro at this stage. What I'll say is so before this game I haven't played any of the SD2 beta. This is it was originally played quite a while ago, and this was my I think prior to this game I played 8 games of 5 versus 5 with the AI, you know, so very basic games, and I played 4 games of multiplayer, so you know, a bit of 10v10 just to get into the micro. So you're not going to see a fantastic game. What I'm going to concentrate on here is, you know, some overall aspects, things to improve, so nothing too in depth at this stage. So Karate Kid, I call him Karate Kid. Karate Knight has brought out the 2 Honey Stewarts there, but luckily I've got the M42 anti-tank gun, which is going to take those out nicely. There's also 2 mortars firing, the 4.2 inch mortars that he's got firing, one on the infantry position there and one on the infantry position there, which I think is a slight waste on his part because he's got nothing following that up, so it's just a waste of ammo really. Got some action on the flanks. So when I sort of started this game, I didn't know too much about the division, so I think I definitely wanted to hold this town, which is why there's so much in there. I put a very loose defence around the other points in the centre. So because this was filmed quite a while ago, you can't see the flags in this version of the replay, but we'll catch up. So there is some more mortar fire here, and then so the plan was to sort of hold the centre, especially since I'd easily captured the town, and then push the flanks. But I think, as you'll see in this replay, it doesn't necessarily go to plan. There's actually quite a lot of back and forth. It was a pretty decent game, I've got to say. But that was the plan really. We've got 2 flamers Ognamachiki in the forest. They've been there for quite a while actually. They're now behind enemy lines. So I have this point here that's very loosely defended, bringing up a couple of T-34s, which to try and help them out. The right side I think where is a lot of the focus at the moment. Karate Knight is pushing through quite successfully there, and don't think I'm going to be able to hold this position at the moment. I'm not going to show the entire game because this one does go on for quite a while. It ends up being a bit of attritional warfare, and we've got a Spitfire coming in. You'll see a lot of these Spitfires throughout the game. But luckily I have got the 37mm on the way, which should help counter that. And in comes the Normandy, the Yak 1B. Don't want to take the engagement initially. Bring it back under the fire of the anti-air gun, and then I'm going to take the engagement. So quite decent start. Unfortunately he ended up running quite wide under this Crusader Mark II, And I don't think we actually got the kill there. I think he does just get out. There's the other Crusader there. I really wanted that kill. I let him chase the whole way, and I even brought in another Yak 1B lock to try and get that, but that was futile. Probably a waste of points there. I didn't need the second one. So we have lost this right side now. However, another couple of T-34-76s coming in to try and help out. I think I initially bought these because they pushed through with the command carrier and the Stuarts. And I'm trying to take this back, although that's a brave move there from the Razvedka, from the M3A1, or the white truck as it was. Gets away with it so far, but doesn't get away with it a second time. The T-34 should clear that up though, with the Guardia as well. So hopefully we should take back this point. On the left, where we've managed to get these Ognamichiki back into our own lines and pick up the point, although Karate Knight is pushing through with a defence group, but that's not really going to do him too much. So, you know, I wanted to hold this hill here on the left. So one thing, you know, you will notice is this hill can shoot across into these positions here, but likewise they can shoot back. So if you've got some AT guns here, they're prime targets onto this flank here. Similarly with this side, these positions here are, you know, prime targets into this side here. Or it's a little bit less open really on this side, especially if you're sort of staying, if you do have tanks, you're staying around this road here. Okay. So we're playing balanced income here. I didn't really have any idea of the meta when I started this game. I think at the moment I'm pretty much playing Vanguard. I think that's pretty much what everyone's playing. Micro wise, you know, we've got the T-34 here, not really moving. You know, I've now moved these Ognamichiki, but they were sat over here for pretty much the entire start. If we look here, we've got some Guardia sat, in fact 2 units of Guardia sat in the open doing nothing. Some smoke down into here. I'm not sure, must have been Karate Knight that did that. That was probably because the my tank, not sure why that smoke's coming. So again, we're still sort of holding this area here. So we have actually got the 1311 tick at the moment. Karate Knight is pushing the right hand side back again, while I'm attempting to sort of hold on to the left really. So both flanks getting focused on. It was quite difficult micro, especially for me sort of in my first few games. Okay, so we've got the Guardia here fighting against the defence group. They should easily, you know, win this. Same as the defence group here, taking shots from the T-34. That's an easy, you know, there's nothing here really that concerns us. So Karate Knight has pushed back this left hand side, and I'm going to lose this point here, I believe. We have bought in a 45mm. Although really not needed at the moment. 2 more T-34s on the way, they will help out here. And pushing some Guardia into this forest, so nothing really here. You know, fairly simple at the moment, except a lot of micro switching between the right and left hand side. Okay, so another Spitfire heading in. I think I've got any AA up on this left hand side at the moment, so that was possibly a mistake on my part. So he's coming in and pinning down the Guardia here. I'd expect to see the defence group sort of move in and try and get the surrender. And here comes my own Air Force, but Karate Knight has now got the Tempest as well as Crusader AA and the Spitfire, so that goes down very quickly. So this patch was prior to the AA buff, which was quickly nerfed again. But the strafing runs, the strafing meta was in at this point, and you know, the fighters could very much strafe things very easily. So I mean, I wasn't really aware of this at the time, but Karate Knight is going to take advantage of that. So literally nothing happening in the centre, still movement on the left and the right flanks. Karate Knight gets the surrender onto the Guardia in the woods. We've got a Guardia on the left falling back, so we are very much in trouble at the moment, but luckily those T-34s ordered earlier will help us out. There is very little anti-tank on the left hand side, just this one unit of, you know, a Piat, which did that. I'm not sure what just happened there, whether that was an errant mortar shell mortaring his own troops, I think here. Hang on, is that me? Oh, there you go. I thought that was coming from this hill then. So I have brought in the Su-76M, which is mortaring the rifles in this position, but not really doing a whole lot of good at the moment. So he has pushed all the way through with this command carrier, and a bit more work with this Spitfire here, but I did manage to get out with the Atcom 1B that I purchased, and then some more movement around the flanks, but most of it's happening on this left hand side now. So I have the T-34s in place with an M2A1. We've just brought in the Guardia Comrotti, I believe, and I have now purchased the ZSU M17, so I'm trying to stop these planes really from strafing everything. But as I said, I think at this time the AA was too weak, which is why they buffed it in the following patch. I think you'll see throughout that I brought out a lot of AA guns, but there was no real effect. Another ZSU coming over on the right hand side. Karate Knight's got a 6-pounder here. I just sort of sat on the road, so you probably could do with moving that. So we are now pushing forward again on this left hand side and trying to retake this position here. So we should do this as long as that Piat doesn't get a shot onto this T-34-76, which, what's the range? The range is 200 meters, so we're not far outside that. We have the 45mm here, which is, I think, quite a good position, because here where the assault pioneers were brought off, if Karate Knight tries to bring anything else up, we should get that quite easily. We've now got the T-34-76 flanking on the right hand side, but in comes the Typhoon Mark 1B and takes out the ZSU. That was quite an important kill there for Karate Knight, because as you'll notice throughout the game, we really struggle against these Typhoon attacks. The Piat gets taken out. I think he did get a shot away. And did he take out, I think that was the half track, yeah, so he did take out the half track there with the Piat, and actually takes the assault pioneers, took out, I think it was the Guardia right there on the left, but we do manage to get the Guardia into the building. We take out their command, and we still have the two tanks here who are now unopposed. However, there is the AC Mark III, which can still... No, I don't think that can penetrate easily, and the T-34-76s are firing back at that. And you'll notice here, this position here is, like I said, it does fire across onto this hill. So Karate Knight has made an attempt to recapture the centre ground, or capture the centre ground, and he's brought in quite a lot of armour here. But I do have a ZIS-2, which should easily clear up this. In fact, I have two ZIS-2s here moving through. So these were purchased earlier, very good positions these should move into, and should easily clear out the armour here. In fact, here's the first shot up, especially with side shots. Yeah, there's one crew kill down on the Command 4. I should have... there's a shooter kill onto the Churchill 5 command, and a bailout. And then do we get the one at the back as well? So we get the armour crack. Now, it would have been better, I think, to take off the APCR here, because I think we could have penned without that. I think we could have had a reasonable chance of penning without that, and that would have made the kills earlier. So we have totally cleared that up. They still have the Honey Stewarts here, but if he moves those Honey Stewarts, in fact, yeah, I think they are... This ZIS-2 con is going to come into line of sight of that Honey Stewart, so they are going to get taken out. So, on the right hand side, we've brought in a lot more troops now to try and hold on to this position. But I think overall, it's the theme of what happens is, rather than holding positions, I continue to push too far, overstretch, and pay for that really. Once I've captured this position here, I should really have just focused on holding that. But we move through, and we eventually, Karate Knight comes back and takes it back again, and that's a theme throughout the whole game really. Okay, so Karate Knight is bringing out the Churchill 4, which can, take on the T-34-76s, but it still cannot also lose out. It's an important engagement here. Gets the immediate bailout onto the T-34-76. That was difficult. I would like to see if I could play... Oh, and here comes the Typhoon. This time taking out the M45 gun, which I'm not sure was that far. I think that was firing across onto the Churchill 6 here, and that was why he focused on that. And now have the T-34-85s coming into the centre, so they should definitely clean things up. He does have the 6-pounder on the ridge. Could do with moving that, to take better advantage. He is also shelling that position with the 225-pounders, and we get the turret stuck. Luckily we are in actually a good position here with this. But we do then lose. And was that... I'm not sure why those two planes came in there, why I brought those in. So again, if you look, I'm pushing through with infantry, which is not bad. They have the AT, and Karate Knight should really just hold that position and wait for his infantry to get up and push back through before moving up here. The Gvardia is the main threat rather than the Gvardia DPs. So I think I've noticed this now. I've moved this in here to try and get the ambush. Okay, on the right hand side, Karate Knight has pushed right back down this right flank, but I'm just holding these buildings here. I think I'm concentrating micro on the left hand side at the moment. And the Gvardia DP here are great position, take out the transports coming through with the anti-tank rifle, the PTRD. Okay, did we get the... don't think we got the grenade off. No. So what's happened is I've moved all my forces round into this forest, and on the forest on the left. So although at the moment I'm looking for the surrender, actually, I think. Trying to get this side shot there. Let's see, can we... that was terrible camera work, I apologise. Oh, we do get the crew panicked and the driver knockout. So can we get the surrenders here? I would like to see... that comes in with another Typhoon Mark 9B, and I had the ILM there, who unfortunately circled round and ended up taking a frontal shot. So not the best micro, like I said, but I think I can be forgiven. So the Gvardia DPs here are absolutely demolishing the Churchills, which is quite surprising, really. But I don't think they're going to win out, and there's a lot of infantry support coming in now. So we have the T-3485 finally come in to clear those two tanks on, and that has really saved this side of the map for me. So what I should have focused here is on setting up a defence again. So I am taking this through here. I think I'm trying to ambush anything coming up this road. And I've moved the infantry in position here because I think I was looking at... there's a flag here. So I think I was looking in this position, see whether I could take that. But I think that's a problem here, is I'm 1410 up. And I'm constantly looking to attack, so I will... I'm going to overstretch myself. Another Typhoon Mark 1B coming in. And that is the key, you know, for the Scots, is to get your air force in play. I don't think they're really a meta division. They rely on spam on aircraft. I think he's stuck around a bit too long with this Typhoon, but he does have the Tempest and the Spitfire coming in. The 37mm should help me out, but I don't think it does. He does decide to call that attack off. But am I going to overstretch on the way back? And his infantry is coming through. I'm rushing this T-3485 here. There's not a lot I can do here. I am reversing back up the hill. Luckily he doesn't have any anti-tank on this, and the actual Dushka is going to help out with these rifles, but that was a difficult position. And what actually happens here is he rushes these rifles round, so my ZIS-2 he's trying to get a shot, but if you can just see, they can't outturn the anti-tank gun in time. And then I try and run away, and these rifles take out this ZIS-2. What a fantastic move that was. That was absolutely epic. So we've got more Typhoons coming in. Typhoon Mark 1B, full anti-tank plane now. Easily takes care of the T-3485, and I've realised now that I've properly overstretched and I've got no defence of my own point here. So the score has swung to Karate Knight 13-11. So like I said earlier, I'd overstretched with all my units up on this top side, and they're now going to get taken out by the infantry. The infantry is going to move through, and I have no defences here. We do have another T-3476 coming up. I'm also trying to move this 37mm to cover against this rifle company here, and the ZSU's coming in as well because of the aircraft attacks. So on the right hand side, not really concentrated too much on here, but we are trying to sort of retake this forest on the right. And we do have this Saperi here with the TNT, which is getting the shots off here. I shouldn't have moved forwards with the Saperi. I should have pulled back, waited for the stress to die down, and then re-attacked. Because I think probably what's going to happen here is I may get the next grenade off. But if this had been anything other than the rifles, I think they would have just pinned me and surrendered me instantly. So I do get the next grenade off. Wasted a grenade there, and are the other Saperi going to run into that grenade? I think it just missed. But the Typhoon Mark 1B comes in, stresses them out, and the defence group should pin them down quite easily. So as you can tell, the Air Force is starting to become a real hazard for me. And at the moment, the AA on the field, I've got the ZSU M17 here, the 37mm here, 37mm here, ZSU here, another 37mm here, but none of them are, helping with these aircraft. So shortly after this game, they did patch and buff the AA significantly to the point where they had to nerf it again because they overbuffed it. But I think, Eugene knew that they needed to do something about the AA. I think this game sort of shows the dire situation it was in. So that Typhoon is going to get out alive. So I have reinforced this left hand side, and I think I should have held back with these. So if you can see, so I'm attack moving forwards there, I'm attack moving to the edge there. I can see that nothing's in here, and I can actually see there's nothing in here either. So I'm going to take these around here. But I should have maybe stuck around here for a while. On this right hand side, I've lost the entire point, so Karate Knight is now 1410 up. We do have some more reinforcements coming in. So I thought there was troops in these tree lines here, really, because of the way the front line is. Additionally, he's got the Churchill 6 here, so I didn't want to take the troops straight in. But this is going to be quite a hard job trying to clear this up, and I'm not sure I'm successful in doing this. We've got another Gvardia DP coming in. I've pulled him right back. When I initially ordered him, the front line was right here, so this is pulled right back. These M42 I am moving across to this side here to try and help out, but doesn't have great line of sight. So like I said, it is a little bit more difficult from this side. I'm moving these Gvardia across. They should beat the rifles here. But Karate Knight's bringing in a lot of stuff to try and hold this position here. We've got two more planes coming in. Typhoons to ruin my day. So we literally have the 37mm and the ZSU, which I think on the current patch would be enough to really help us out. Luckily it misses those attacks, and the T-34-85 survives to fight another day. But I think we're definitely going to struggle with the amount of stuff in here now. We've got no real infantry to clear this out. I think that, let's see, on the right hand side I'm attempting to take this back, but these movements here, I mean, we get the spawning, but we also have the shooter kill, so I think that, yeah, the Churchill 6 is going to own that. They also got the bailout earlier, which might have been the no, I don't think it was the £6, probably, I'm sure what got the bailout there. Okay, so we're moving some infantry back through the forest, but I think we really are going to struggle to retake this point. Karate Knight now 13-11, so he still has the ticks. I think he still just has this point here. Yeah, it is still red, I think. And another wave of airplanes coming through, so he's bombing the A. He gets the miss on that. And he misses on the tank. So we do manage to take one of the Typhoons down there on the left, and the second one in the middle. So that was very important to take, kills there. So we now got a second 37 now up in this position, which is not the best position actually, because it can get fired on from this hill here. They got a support gun in this hill. I can easily take that out. So I brought these planes right across to the right hand side to try and help me out here. I really think I'm going to struggle to take this back with the amount of infantry. And actually bring in the IL-2 here. I'm not quite sure. Well, that was 4 and the Typhoons coming in to try and hit these Gvardia. So the AA is a little weak. I did have one originally down here, but I think I've now lost that ZSU. I think I probably moved it up to try and help out this point and lost it. This IL-2, pretty bad micro. So I am now trying to take out these motorised rifles, but not really the best plane of choice yet. I've decided to evac because of the Spitfire and Tempers coming in. And 2 Tripolstons coming at the back, so they are going to ruin my fighter coverage. More planes on the left hand side this time. Probably going to attack this ZSU. Oh no, they're going for the tanks. So both tanks down there, and he really is taking. I mean, I'm bringing in a lot of tanks, but they are getting shot down just as fast, and the Achilles coming in. So I am struggling to retake this point here, but I'm trying to get back to 12-12. I think this is lost now. I have to give up. I should have given up this point. But this, this is what we learn. Things to take from this game. The airplay wasn't great, but then, AA subsequently got buffed for a reason. He's got his planes right back here, which I don't even know whether I knew they were back here. But really, I guess we can take from this that I didn't need to overextend myself here. I saw an opportunity, I took it, and I got the flag, which is just back here. I did capture that for a little while, but in doing so, I left no defences back on this point or back on this point. So as soon as those troops were taken out, all 3 points were lost. So I guess that's the first thing to learn. And the second thing is to give up points that you can't recapture. I don't think really, I didn't know there was as much here as it could have been, but I think I've probably tried 2, maybe 3 waves I just keep bringing in wave after wave of tanks to try and retake this, and we've got more infantry and more tanks coming in to try and retake this point. I'm just focusing on trying to retake this point. I have got it back to 12-12, so I think, yes, I did just manage to sneak this point in, but I'm probably going to lose them to the artillery. But I'm focusing everything on retaking this point, and it's probably a mistake here. I should have looked to maybe try and secure this left hand side a bit more, because at the moment I've got nothing reinforcing that left, and then maybe possibly looked for some other avenues of attack. You know, there's one defence group holding this point here, possibly could have looked to try and get some kind of attack into there. There's also this point here which is defended, and I didn't want to move these on Okinamitsuki, because if he found out there was only those two squads in there, he could have moved through a couple of infantry squads and taken them out. You know, maybe if I'd have put another couple of support guns up here in this position back here, so that, you know, the only line of sight was on this town, I could have pushed through, maybe brought in a couple of tanks, shield that hill here, so brought them up sort of along this ridge. There's the AT gun back here, you know, but that's got a difficult line of sight, so I could have brought them along this ridge, you know, had them positioned around here to help out with the fire support, and then brought a couple of infantry in. But instead I just threw more and more troops into the meat grinder, and it's something that I'm not just going to struggle on in this game. There's a lot more games to be viewed, and you know, I want to try and improve as best I can. You see, I've even run out of ammunition on this 37mm. I've actually brought one of my Studebakers in just to refill this set of 37mm. So that's how bad the AA was at this point. So I should have given up this point and focused. I think what I'm going to do now is just speed it up and finish the game. So we'll put it onto 10 times speed. What you're going to see is a lot of airplay. So I lose a lot. Yeah, there goes another fighter. And eventually all my tanks just get whittled down, and all my equipment does as well. I think, if I remember right, in this game I ended up using every single piece of equipment in my deck. You know, every card. I had no cards left over at the end of this game. I attacked with everything, including the commander that I had. I even tried to use the Su-76 artillery piece on the front line at one point. So, yeah. I think what we'll do is we'll leave the game there. We'll leave it running just while I summarise. So, thanks everyone if you've watched this video. Leave me any comments. Hopefully you might have seen the channel introduction that I've put up. You know, I really would like to try and improve my ranked 1v1 play, and this kind of, you know, replay analysis, or, you know, looking at my own replays. A lot of the pros sort of say, you know, do you watch your replays and do you try and learn from them? So this is what I'm doing, and I want to put it on YouTube so that, you know, people can watch the progress and see what it takes for pretty much a relatively new player. I have played a little bit of Steel Division in the past, although not a massive amount. I wouldn't consider myself like a veteran. I am still a fairly new player. So you can see what it takes for a new player to, you know, make it to, you know, a fairly decent level at the top. That's what my aim is. My aim is to take on some of the pros and try and be competent and give them a good match you know, hopefully we'll get to a stage where we're able to win 1 or 2 against the best players in the world. I think what you don't see on some of the channels is that some of these pros have been playing, you know, Steel Division and Wargame for a long time, and RTSs as well, and they are really, really good. And it can be frustrating as a new player, you know, playing in these ranked 1v1 matches. You come up against some of the top players and they will steamroll you. So I think it's okay to be a new player and be bad at this game, because this game is hard. I find it really hard. And you know, I want to try and get there. So watch the videos, subscribe. Hopefully you'll see my journey. We'll catch up to current time. So at the moment I'm recording this, you know, these games were played quite a while ago, so you can see my improvement as we go along. So I am taking part in the Ayrshire Cup at the moment. So we'll see how that goes in, you know, when we catch up to that stage. So please, you know, comment, let me know your thoughts.